back then, but that was probably a psychological football test right there to see how I was going to react when I saw that woman. So they figured if I didn't look at her cleavage, then I was gay. So see, these are the little subtle things people do in interviews that you don't know about. And so had I not checked her out and reacted the way I did, they would say, man, this is gay. So we already wrote him. We could go ahead and go through the interview like he got the interview, but he doesn't know it. But he's already been checked off. Then I come back for my second interview at LAPD, and these two background investigators. Oh, you're a Marine, huh? Yeah. How long you been in the Marine Corps? Well, I was prior enlisted. I'm a Mustang. What's a Mustang? I'm prior enlisted. I was a sergeant before I became an officer. Well, all you Marines, you guys like to go out there and hook up with prostitutes and stuff. When was the last time you paid for some pussy? The last time I took my wife to dinner.
Oh no!
So needless to say, they hired me. And I don't hang out with hookers. Never have, never will.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm just serious. Never have, never will. But that's that stereotype. If you're a Marine, then you know.
Pay for it.
But when I told them last time I paid for it was when those two guys were rolling on the floor laughing. They go, okay, that's enough questions for the day. We'll call you back another time.
That's what I'm saying. Your wit is beyond fucking measure, dude. The ability of you to not be scripted, come straight off the hip and hit the fucking target, that is the shit.
I got it.
Most of my mentors were World War II Nazis and OSS and ONI boys. They ain't got time for bullshit. People who lie have to worry about what lie they told.
Yes, sir.
I'm only going to have two answers for you. I'll either tell you straight up or I'll tell you I'm not answering that.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, Mark. I'm glad.
I'm answering that.
I'm glad you're on the phone, so that way people can stop emailing me and stuff, asking about you.
Yeah.
You have no idea the amount of emails I get asking me, or is Mark okay? Where is Mark? Where is Mark? Where is Mark? Is he okay? Have you talked to him? So I'm glad you're here.
Let me just tell you for your listeners. As long as I coach my little white girls in surfing and stay off radio shows like this one, I'll be fine.
But real quick, what about Task Force Dagger? Or Dagger? There you go, guys. He won't answer it. I'm sorry. You saw me ask the question. He just can't answer it right now.
I didn't say I can't answer it. I said I won't answer it.
Oh, absolutely. He will not answer. All right, they said cool. They're not cool. You know, I mean, hopefully, you know.
Next thing you'll be asking me about Operation Northwoods and other crap.
What about it?
Oh, that was the government's plan to basically exterminate the black folks with strategic strike. Well, wasn't that the contingency plan that if there was major civil unrest, Norfolk to have a false flag?
There was no civil rights bill when Operation Northwoods was in effect, but
no,
I don't really know. So I'm.
I don't really know. You need to quit. You know. But I get it. And once again, guys, Mark from Anaheim.
If Trump's son gets close to being indicted, you might see an Operation Northwoods again.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
Hold on, I
just call a spade a spade.
Yeah, but it's kind of
people start worrying about going to jail. You know, Trump ain't going to jail because he's a pussy. I'm sorry, Mr. President. He's a punk, so he ain't going to jail. So he'll create some domestic terrorism crap or whatever, so he can justify remaining as commander in chief.
But the real deal is.
Let me ask you a question. I'll ask you guys a question.
Yes, sir.
Did I vote for Hair Trump?
No.
Do I support Hair Trump?
No.
Would I take a bullet for Hair Trump?
No.
Absolutely would. You guys are stupid enough to let people like that in the White House. My job is to protect the White House. I don't give a shit who y'all put in there.
There you go.
We protect the office of the president.
There you go. Yes, sir.
I just call a spade a spade.
Yes, sir. And that's what makes you honorable. That's what makes you honorable. Because we gotta see past this bullshit and be united as fucking Americans. Period. That's what we are now. You leave
No,
it.
let's not take it too far. I didn't say all that. All I said is if you were the one that they elected as president, I would take a bullet for you. I don't give a shit what your politics are. I protect the office of the presidency.
Yes,
That's
sir.
greater than any one individual that's occupying that position.
Yes. You know.
But I still ain't going to vote for you.
But
It doesn't matter anyway. I can't vote anyway, so it doesn't matter.
oh, stop. You know,
I
you.
can't vote.
I
'Cause
mean,
I refuse to use addresses, so I can't vote because they say I can vote more than once if I don't give them a real address. So I can't vote.
well, that's
I haven't been able to vote since Bubba was in the White House. It
oh,
doesn't matter though, because under Bubba's administration, that's when my eyes were open. And then I started realizing back in those days I was a member of a whole bunch of K Street think tanks and stuff, and they were grooming me for who knows what. But once my eyes were open to how things really worked in the Beltway, I wouldn't have voted again anyway.
I mean,
Like I told you before, Hillary was a Republican until '72.
yes. You
Ronald
know.
Reagan was a Democratic.
Mm.
John Connolly was a Democratic till he got his ass shot in Dallas.
Mm.
And they still wouldn't remove the bullet from his wrist after he died, because if they removed that bullet fragment, then they wouldn't be able to justify their magic bullet theory.
Mm. See, that's a painful bit. That's the truly painful fucking bit.
No, the truly painful bit was that dumbass Lee Harvey Oswald who thought he was actually doing this country a favor. He didn't see that one.
Stop. I mean,
He didn't realize till he was in the lobby and goes, "That's the taxi." Oh, man. Dumbass. Americans are dumb, dude. Seriously. If anybody thinks a Marine can go to Russia and marry a Russian colonel's daughter and come back to this country and nobody asks any questions, you're the biggest, dumbest population on the planet.
oh my god, that's by design, though.
Not to mention the Marine that actually he was stationed right down here at El Toro. But a Marine who used to actually track our airplanes that were flying, not just airplanes, got our U-2 flights over in Asia. So
Fucking
that's the kind
traitor.
of guy that's going to be allowed to leave the country, marry a colonel's daughter in the Russian intelligence, and then bring her back here, and nobody says anything. Come on. But you know who gave him his discharge, right?
Who?
Let me give you a hint. Guess who was Secretary of the Navy when Oswald got his discharge?
Not Admiral Byrd.
The same guy who was in the car and got shot and went to his grave with that bullet fragment in his wrist.
Oh. Damn
John
it, man.
Connolly. Small world, ain't it? Nobody
Too
messes
small.
with O&I, dog. I'll give you all and your listeners here, Lord. You know, since you insist on, since you alphabet agencies won't let me use my phone and these gentlemen are still on my telephone, I can't.
We're not hanging up.
Let me give you a little historical test here. Who was vice president in 1956?
Hold on, 1956.
Dun, 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 dun,
JBL. No,
dun,
no, not
dun,
JBL.
Dun, 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 dun,
Spiro Agnew. No, not Spiro Agnew.
Wasn't JBL the vice president?
No, that was under Kennedy. And Spiro
Yeah.
Agnew was underneath fucking Richard Nixon. Fuck. Don't know.
Wasn't it
And that's why
Eisenhower?
this country is so fucked up right now.
Wasn't it the guy
Because
that
you can't
ran?
even figure out who the vice president was in 1956. Let me give you a hint. He ran for president in 1960.
Hold on. Damn.
Was it a Republican or a Democrat?
Well, I'll give you one hint. The other guy who ran against him should not have ridden through Dallas
Nixon?
with shot down. Thank you.
Yeah, Nixon
So,
lost to
ding, ding,
Kennedy.
ding, ding, ding.
Nixon was a vice president?
In 1956.
To Eisenhower, wasn't it?
And Nixon was O&I. So who ran for president in 1960?
Because Nixon lost to
Wait,
Kennedy.
who ran president in 1960? Who was the
So
fuck-
who ran in 1960?
Well, that was Kennedy.
And
Oh, I
He
forgot.
ran against Nixon, didn't he? In the
O&I versus O&I.
Yeah.
Office of Naval
Who was
Intelligence.
president after Kennedy died?
Was it Lyndon B. Johnson?
Yes, sir.
ONI. So who was president in 1964?
Wouldn't have been Johnson.
ONI.
Yeah.
Who was president in 68?
Shit. That's before
Wasn't that
Carter.
Nixon?
ONI. Who was president when Nixon was forced to resign?
Oh shit. Spiro Agnew.
No. No, let me tell you how that worked. Spiro Agnew was the vice president. They performed a coup in this country against Nixon. First, you take out the vice president, replace him with Rockefeller.
Whoa.
But I have to go back and correct on that. First, you replace Agnew, claiming tax evasion, replace him with Gerald Ford. I didn't want to tell you that because now I'm giving you the answer. Then you get rid of Nixon, make Gerald Ford the president, and make Rockefeller the vice president. So you had a president and vice president that nobody voted for.
Damn.
So now I gave you the answer. Who was the president when Nixon resigned?
It was Gerald Ford.
Yeah, Gerald Ford.
ONI.
Damn.
Who was the president when Ford lost the chance to be elected?
It was Jimmy Carter.
ONI.
Jimmy.
Actor that they love to use in these spy movies.
Oh,
In
that.
fact, he hardly had a role in the movie except for one or two scenes where he's in the background. Even in those Tom Clancy movies.
You watched
Come on, guys.
Who is-
James Earl Jones.
Oh.
And he was always a Navy admiral.
No.
Nobody messes with ONI.
Damn, dude.
They everywhere.
There it is. In fact, many of your ONI doesn't like to actually take over CIA, so many of your deputy directors of Central Intelligence are Navy admirals.
Oh my gosh. I was just
But
talking.
there was one that I remember one time I was talking to one and all these guys in suits ran over like they were gonna rescue him from me, and I'm like, dude, just go back in your corner over there. First of all, I'll kick you all out. Secondly, Admiral Lara talking, so you're fucking interrupting my conversation. I can tell you this now because he died recently, and he was a little disappointed at me because he wanted me to take a White House fellowship when Bubba was in the White House. In fact, I still have a letter from him. That was, I can tell you who that is, by the way. When Jimmy Carter was president, a lot of boys in the agency lost their jobs. In fact, it was called Black October.
Black October.
And they replaced a lot of guys on the ground with satellites. It was called a technocrat sticking in. That's when you brought in guys like Brzezinski and all those guys in the Carter administration. They thought now everything was going to be high tech and we don't need human, as we call it, human intelligence, human. Everything would be like, but you can use a satellite and see something, but you can't know what they're thinking if you don't have people on the ground. But anyway, a lot of people lost their jobs when Jimmy Carter came in.
Mm.
So your homework assignment is, who was DCI under Jimmy Carter?
DC.
He was ONI. He was an admiral.
This is.
But when Bubba was in the White House, he tried to encourage me to take a White House fellowship. I turned on the opportunity for both the White House fellowship and the Fulbright scholarship when Bubba was in the White House. In fact, what is a trivia for you guys? Who's the actress that played the actress Jane Pittman?
In what movie?
That's part of the name of the movie, Jane Pittman. Unbelievable. Oh, you colored boys don't know anything. Oh, my God. And it shows how this old black woman, before she died, was able to drink from a water fountain in the Deep South.
So it's one of those segregation.
I'm sure you're writing all this down.
Yes, right here.
He's got a pad of paper.
Who's the black actress that played Jane Pittman?
Was it Cicely Tyson?
Thank you. I guess you guys can Google.
No, I didn't Google. I didn't
That's
Google
another
it.
thing about me. I'm on a landline.
I didn't Google that.
So you know I'm not snowing you because I can't Google. I'm on a landline. But anyway,
That's why you're so crisp and clear. You are by far the crispest and clearest audio because of that landline.
so anyway, Cicely Tyson was one of the people who actually sat on that White House fellowship. She was mad at me too for not pursuing that.
But what would a benefit have been to you personally to pursue that?
I wouldn't be talking to you on this radio show for one, because I'd be one of them house Negroes now who thought he had arrived.
Oh my God!
I'd be one of those guys you saw featured in Savoy magazine a few months back.
Yes.
All these house Negroes that you never heard of, but you see all their names, men and women that you don't know, but top CEOs and white American corporations. So if you really want to know what the players are behind the scene that's keeping you down, stop looking at the white man and go get yourself some copies of Savoy magazine with all the bootlegs. Mm-hmm. They consider themselves a talented 10, and they don't care about the rest of the Negroes.
Nope.
And I pose a greater threat to them than I ever have to white population.
So,
rest in peace, Steve Coakley.
So, Mark, what do you think about Kanovich?
I try not to think. Thinking gets me into trouble.
Well, what's your opinion on Kanovich?
On whom?
I can't pronounce his name that good. Kanovich. That's a
Kavanaugh?
Yeah, Kavanaugh.
What do you want to know?
Whatever information you got on him.
Well, who's running the White House right now?
Trump.
What? Okay, and what did he do before he became president?
Gamble.
So it would be nice to have a judge on the Supreme Court who has a gambling habit, wouldn't it?
That makes sense to me.
Go back and watch the movie Bad Company with Larry Fishburne and Ellen Bernstein, and you'll see the judge in that movie that has a similar background to Kavanaugh. That's why these Republicans and Democrats won't do a damn thing to Trump, because they all like to gamble. They're all addicted to gambling, and they all have been in these hotels with it. I was saying, I was brought up by old boys, so they taught me well. There's an old saying: two people you don't be caught in bed with, a dead hooker or a live little boy.
Yes, sir. That's how these people run.
And apparently these people on Capitol Hill have violated those rules, because now they can't go after Trump because Trump's got dirt on all of them.
Yeah. Because what do you think they were doing up in those casinos after they lost or won?
Or
they
owe him money from gambling debts. Somebody else buys out your chips and cashes your chips, and now they own your debt, but you now owe them.
Damn.
Gambling is more addictive in this country today than prostitution, sex, crime, or drugs. Seriously. And they're gambling all of our pension money away. So when you hear these cities about they're going bankrupt, they're not going bankrupt because of anything that was done by cops and everybody else. They're going bankrupt because the people who were handling those money deals are gamblers, and they were gambling the money from those pensions and risky investment funds on Wall Street when they weren't supposed to be doing that.
Yes. That's why the shit's rated. That's
why they changed the rules and regulations from banking, because in banking, you have commercial banking, speculative banking, but you also had banking that was separate from all that. Now they've merged them all together, and now, I'll give you a good example. Remember when Ford Motor Company and Chevy and all those guys were having financial problems?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They weren't. The only reason the three big automakers in the U.S. started having financial problems is because they went back to something they did prior to Roosevelt. See, Roosevelt brought in the savings and loans. So, of course, the John Birch Society, Reagan administration had to destroy the savings and loans. And that's why you have to go to banks now for your loans. Savings and loans didn't rip you off when you went to get a home loan. Anyway, but prior to savings and loans, if you wanted to buy a car, guess who you got your loan from?
From your personal bank?
Nope, a finance company within that car manufacturer.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't Chevrolet, General Motors, Oldsmobile, Pontiac. By the way, you know what Pontiac really stands for, right?
What?
Poor old nigger thinks it's a Cadillac. Anyway, Cadillac, Chevrolet, General Motors, Buick, Oldsmobiles, they didn't go bankrupt. It's when General Motors brought back GMAC financing. That's the aspect of General Motors that went bankrupt because they were now back into banking.
Wow.
But they took the money from the car dealer side to keep bailing out their speculative gambling habits on the banking side.
Holy shit. So they were basically
because in the 80s, in the 80s when they under Reagan administration when they passed all these deregulation laws involving banking, and this country has been going broke ever since. Bankers rule. When I wanted information on countries, I wanted to do an intelligence. I used to do intelligence reports for high-ranking individuals in uniform. I never went to. Well, I won't say that. I would go to the alphabet agencies for maps, but I used to get my information from bankers because bankers don't invest monies in countries they think are about to go under.
Wow.
For example, right now in Argentina, nobody's talking about it, but the money in Argentina has lost more than 60% of its value in the last 6 weeks.
60% of its value.
You heard me.
So now
So that's like you going into a store right now with a dollar bill, but you can only buy 40 cents worth of stuff.
Damn.
The U.S. will be like that soon because we're doing all the same crap we did before the 1929 stock market crash because people have short memories and they don't learn. And greed is good because that was the motto in the 80s.
Yes.
Don't go to college to come back to your neighborhood and make the neighborhood a better community. Go to college so you can get a job where you can make more money.
Yep.
Money is our God.
Yep. Yep.
So with greed being good and everybody's now hooked into gambling and they've got all laws passed now where gambling is legal in practically every state, and now they've gotten to the point where they can't make any more money that way, so now they're going to make gambling legal in professional sports. Everybody will be... The average U.S. citizen, as I'm speaking to you right now, does not have $500 in the bank to get on an airplane to fly. Let's say, I'm living here in California. Most of my family's on the East Coast. The average person in this country right now does not have enough money to get on an airplane to fly from California to the East Coast if they wanted to go to a funeral.
Wow. That's the reality. And that's hard.
It shouldn't be like
Meanwhile, the Trump administration signed off on the top 1%, getting even a bigger tax break. So when they say tax break, that's translated to what? You still have to pay these bills, but if the top 1% is not paying for it, who else is paying for it?
Oh, shit. The middle class.
Yeah, because the bottom don't pay. They're on welfare.
They can't.
Right. So the plan is, until they reduce the population, the plan is to put everybody on welfare. Other countries are already doing it.
Yeah, like a sustainable living, a base pay for every citizen.
Right.
Well, that has to happen because of automation, too.
Okay, now that you... No, it doesn't have to happen. They're making it happen. And when you get that, are you going to get a check?
Oh, God, Mark. Mark, damn.
Are you gonna get a check?
Damn. Yes.
Are you going to be paid?
No, you're going to get the chip.
So, well, I don't know about chip, but I'm just saying it's going to all be electronic. So I do a radio show like this. They don't send me my electronic bill. I have no food, which means nobody's going to ever come on your radio show again because dissent means starve.
Damn.
There will be no fake news, as Trump says, because everybody will go along with the autocratic system because anybody who dissents electronically, their funds will be cut off and they won't be able to survive.
Yes. It's a war of attrition.
War of attrition. So anyway, I'm gonna go now because Kerry Washington. See, I have to watch Scandal to motivate myself because after watching Scandal, after I binge watch 6 or 7 seasons of Scandal, then I go back and watch Django Unchained. You know why I watch Django Unchained?
Why, sir?
For 2 reasons. One, like Django said, let me get this right. I get to kill white people? Sure, I'll join you. But secondly, Django Unchained is one of the few movies where Kerry Washington is actually with a brother.
Oh, stop.
because she's always with a white boy. So I have to watch Scandal and see her kissing on all these white boys, and I have to clean that off by going and watch Django Unchained. Now I don't have a problem with her being with white boys because I don't care. I'm an equal opportunity slut, so I don't discriminate when it comes to women. I don't care. But I'm just saying this cracks me up that she's never in TV shows or movies with a brother. Does it always have to be the opposite?
Apparently so.
But in Django Unchained, you know, they also show her naked as a jaybird in the hothouse. Put her in the ass in the hothouse.
Well, Mark, before you go...
And by the way, I should say this to you. Why do you think they even allow a movie like Django Unchained up?
Yes. Why?
Why would they show you a movie about Nat Turner? Why is Birth of a Nation, which you could not find anywhere, was suddenly allowed to be back on the shelves in video stores after the Negro got elected?
Building up hype.
Because that all helps to foment the hatred and anger in this country and the fears of white folks who think they know how they treated the colored folks, and the colored folks are going to do the same thing to them.
Yes.
And when you look at a movie like Django Unchained, or some movie about Nat Turner, it's always showing, or Christopher Dorner is a Django Unchained, or they show a black guy in Dallas killing a bunch of cops. Now, it doesn't matter the fact that white boys be killing cops left and right all over the country all year long. But as soon as they can find an incident where it's a black cop and a white cop, even who got killed by a black guy, oh my God! See, they're starting a civil war. First of all, colored folks only make up like 17% of the U.S. population. Okay,
Yes.
and a great chunk of those are already in prison or jail.
Right.
So we're really not a threat. But you know, as soon as Guard got in there, he no longer investigates all the skinheads, Nazi, and white supremacist groups in law enforcement. Now they're telling you that the number one threat is second only to ISIS and the jihad is fear. Decide who the president is. You never have and never will.
Yeah.
And when the population decides who they want, and it wasn't exactly the way they want to bring in the electoral college.
Yep.
They stole the election in 2000 with Al Gore. They did it again in 2012. In 2016.
Yeah.
And somebody who says, "Don't worry about Trump." And now, you know, Bob Woodward's book came out with these people that were claiming that when Trump is old and senile and about to screw things up, they make sure that he doesn't sign something that's going to get us in the more. That's called psychological warfare, folks. It keeps people in constant fear. It keeps people in constant. Gotta keep my. I've never even owned a smartphone. I've never owned an iPad. I've never owned an iPhone. All you folks are, by the way, only because of Hurricane Florence, you all didn't get that nice message yesterday from the White House letting you know they have access to all of your damn smart devices.
Damn.
They were afraid that too many, since the U.S. population is too dumb, instead of getting them all stressed out over Hurricane Florence, they're going to do that test from the White House next month.
Damn.
You realize today is the last day of summer, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Americans think the last day of summer is Labor Day. Duh. But then they think Christmas is December 25th, so what can I say?
Well, that is the shortest day of the year, the winter solstice.
That's around like the 21st of December.
Well, I don't watch television, and I don't have cable or satellite, so is it true? Did my girlfriend win an Emmy Award on Monday night?
There was an Emmys Award on Monday?
You don't watch TV?
No.
And Newton win?
I don't know. I don't watch the Emmys. I don't even watch TV unless I'm
Hold
watching
on.
like college
Did
football.
Tammy Newton win the Emmys, guys, out there in the chat world?
She played on Westworld, the one where all the robots are acting like human beings.
That's disgusting as well. You know, I'm going to go for the record. Guys, you have to have sex with women, period. That's what it is.
Yeah, but you don't get in an argument with a robot.
Oh, stop it, man.
But you don't.
She never says. She never says no.
Oh, that's disgusting.
She never bleeds.
Come on, man.
And she's available and ready anytime you need it.
Y'all need to quit. No.
She'll go fish and she'll go fishing with me.
She won't talk too much.
No kidding.
Y'all sick.
We never argue.
And she loves every bone in your body, no matter what.
She's like a boy forgives you, no matter how much you beat her ass. She always comes back wagging her tail.
She won't complain about you slapping her butt too hard.
But she can never give you guys what you need, and that's babies. We all need a little.
Who wants to have a damn crumb snatcher in this damn
Stop, man. For your DNA something on after you die.
You want to have so somebody build around after you're gone.
No, well, not just my name, but
you don't.
Right now, millions of years of people having sex and making babies, so you will be.
Yeah, plenty of who are having 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 children. They don't need me to have any.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And you too, Dimebag. I'm tired of guys slipping by with just 1 or 2 kids. That's
a cheap amount of money, and she will do whatever you want.
But that's disgusting milk. You want that natural milk from mammary glands from a human,
and
from
when
a woman.
Done, you can put ass right back in the closet and go back to business.
You can get a damn robot that has mammary glands. You tell them what you want, they'll give it to you.
No, it's not real. You need a real flesh and blood female.
There is no real anymore. The real one now when you folks allowed virtual reality to come into your world.
Oh gosh.
You don't know what's real anymore. You can't even trust what you see in a photograph.
Nope.
Thanks to Photoshop.
You can't trust what you damn sure can't trust what you see in a film.
Damn.
There ain't no reality. They have the ability now to do holographic images in the sky.
And we all seen Tupac on stage with the hologram. We all seen it.
Michael Jackson too.
Yep.
That was the tragedy.
They showed you, but long before that. When was the first time they even hinted to that to you?
Well, in my research, it was 1967 that they were able to manipulate. Basically.
No, but I'm saying, when did they show it to you?
Oh, it was what, 2004, 2005?
Nope.
When was it?
Go back to Nat King Cole and Navy Cole.
Oh,
Unforgivable in that video.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a hologram.
Oh my gosh. You know, I'm so sick of this damn breakaway civilization.
You brought up Wizards. Wizards is a cartoon that was made in the early 90s, and everything in Wizards showed you what was going to happen in the Gulf War. Actually, not in the 90s. That movie came out in the 80s.
Or the 70s, 77.
Oh, well, there you go. Even worse. So that movie came out in 77, and if you watch that movie, you see the Gulf War from 91.
That's sad.
Including the damn German Nazi symbols on the vehicle.
Yes. And that right there is verifiable. I just saw it today. I've been watching. I watched it a total of 2 times since me and Mark last talked. And I'm like, oh my God. You know, in the chat room want me to ask you, did J.P. Morgan sink the Titanic?
I don't know.
There you go, guys.
But I will say it's interesting you mentioned that because things have changed a lot now. And things have become so complicated because there's so many mergers on the air, on the arm, and the Giannini family on Giannini is Bank of America. They're not Bank of Italy.
Oh, a fascist fucking bank.
You sound surprised because capitalism is pretty much fascism because what you're having now is corporations taking over government agencies. When things become privatized and your government is run by a corporation, that's the literal definition of fascism.
But, okay, guys, but we got to...
Thanks to Mussolini. Mussolini coined that term fascism. The trains will keep running.
We got to ring it in. This is America. This is the land of freedom.
This is not America. This is the United States of America.
Yes, sir.
America is everything from the top of North America to the bottom of South America.
That is true. This is the United States. But we're about freedom. We're about liberty.
You are?
And we're about...
When the hell, let me explain. Let me ask you a question, okay? When slavery ended, all they did was replace slavery with prison inmates.
Well,
So where's freedom? Who the hell's been free?
it has never been realized. I will concede that.
Because up until Vietnam War, you had a draft in this country, so you were not even free. They could call your ass up and make you go serve in a country you never couldn't fight on a map.
Yep.
So, and women didn't get the right to vote until about 100 years ago.
Okay.
So this is freedom you keep talking about. Who is free?
Okay, the ideal.
Do you own a house?
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't pay that property tax and see how long you own it.
I don't. Okay, yes, in that respect, I don't.
Then you don't own it. Do you own a car?
Yes, sir.
Don't pay that registration and see how long you own it. You don't own shit. You've been allowed to borrow it,
Yes.
and it can be taken from you anytime they want.
Yes.
See, this is the world you've been led to believe. There's no freedom.
But
And that's why the U.S. is such an anomaly because, see, we've been led to believe in our country we have rights and freedom. See, the rest of the world, they don't look this way.
but we.
And for us to get online with the New World Order, we got to join the rest of the world.
No, but see, Mark, that's where. Listen, we do have it, but
You do?
But
You got freedom. Hey, you got freedom to come on this radio and talk shit, and then tomorrow, no wonder why you lost your job.
Oh. You know it. Yeah. But.
Oh no, better yet, you got freedom to come on here, and then tomorrow wonder why Facebook got you permanently banned.
Oh. You're right. And that's
So I'm curious, what freedom do you really
have? When you put it in words like you're putting it in, we don't have it.
You can't even
Right? But we do
you can't even stop your children from being immunized.
Oh, Mark, come on now.
I live in California where they call it a liberal state, and I'm not even allowed to know on the label whether there's all kinds of chemicals in my milk or not.
No.
That way, when you go in the store, you can't even make a conscious decision on buying the food that doesn't have all the chemicals in it or the growth hormones because they passed a law here where you can't even put that on the label. So you can't even make a conscious choice to buy something that's good for you.
It's like they're hurt, Mark.
Okay, well, I see what you guys
So hold on. So I'm gonna make this real simple. I'm gonna start this all over again. What freedom do you have?
You have the freedom to obey the laws or not. That's it.
And that's why you saw all these dumbasses wearing T-shirts. Obey.
Oh.
You got people already now putting barcodes on their bodies like it's a joke or something.
But
And you got companies requiring barcodes.
yes.
Okay. I
Okay.
went on Facebook today. I posted something on Facebook today, and I'm like, damn, I better take that off. Hey, and I wasn't making any threats or anything. In fact, all I said was when Civil War.
Beautiful woman. She is a beautiful.
It was implemented for whites with money.
But Mark, we can't really. If we go down that road, it leads to a very dark place. All right.
Why got to be dark? See, you even programmed that everything bad and evil has got to be dark.
That's the English language. I'm limited to the words I can use to articulate the.
And that's how they program us.
Yes. You're absolutely.
I
right.
say I'm gonna write it down in my little white book.
No, you didn't.
But
I'm
get
serious.
called the radical.
You
And
are
I go-
radical.
And I go,
You guys are.
you jump from the fire into the damn white frying pan.
Oh God. The thing is, guys,
Yes.
the America is all we know. It's all we got right now. We have to.
Because this is the United States of America, but go ahead.
Yeah, this is all we have. The United States of
It is?
America. And we have to fix this. Like South Africa is fixing their country. And
South Africa is fixing their country?
Yes, sir.
When did Mandela become president?
Back in 1996, I believe.
Let me ask you a question. Do you really think a Negro in prison goes from being a prison inmate to becoming president?
I want to believe yes.
Oh, that's right. You've been reading them fairy tales to you. I forgot. You read them damn. Daddy, read me another story before I go to bed. Come on, man. You don't go from being no inmate to being president. First of all, if you're an inmate, you got a felony conviction, so he shouldn't even be qualified to be president.
True.
I'm just saying, everybody sits there and go and they marvel. I'm like, come on. Mandela became president after he was told exactly what he's going to do as president.
So you're saying he was the
I say this to you because when Mandela took over, 92% of the land, the great farming land, who owned the land?
The Afrikaners, the Boers.
And now it's 2018, and 83% of the land, who owns the land?
The Afrikaners and Boers.
So now we're talking 22 years later, and South Africa is now really coming online? Come on, dude. Mandela's dead, and they still haven't come online. And then you got guys like Alex Jones spreading all this propaganda that blacks are making the Afrikaners give up all their land and leaving the country.
Lies and rubbish. That's straight up lies and rubbish.
Because that's what whites want to believe. They don't verify it. They don't go check it out.
We have to get to a better place, Mark. We have to get to a better place. I mean...
Okay, kumbaya.
Oh, stop it. I get it. Yes, I know I'm very empathetic.
See, when I say this stuff, the stuff that you say, Mark, when I say this stuff to him, I get called radical and all kind of stuff. So I'm just sitting here just enjoying.
Well, let me say, how many gentlemen are in that room right now?
Right now,
it's just two of us. But your fans, they're listening.
Okay, but out of all of you in that room, who saw the movie Black Klansman?
I haven't.
I haven't either.
Well, there you go. So even when a colored boy makes a movie, y'all don't even support colored boy in movies.
Oh, stop, man.
Mark, the last time I've been to a movie was when Scary Movie 2 came out.
Yeah, because that's relevant for colored people. That's what I'm talking about.
Damn.
That's what I'm talking about. White America lives in scary movie world. They always got to have a boogeyman. I don't watch that bullshit. I don't need no horror movie because I knew what it was like when the sun went down to be in my grandmother's house. Because I had to worry about the Klan hanging my ass.
Oh,
if I want a scary movie, I just open the curtain. I don't need to go to no Hollywood movie and spend $40 on popcorn and Coke to see a movie. So while they're talking all this crap about jihad and ISIS and all that, I don't remember no ISIS or jihad chasing my ass in South Carolina. I saw white people chasing my ass.
Oh, shit.
Now, I don't know how many of you have had jihads and ISIS chasing you in your neighborhood, but chances are you probably heard shots fired. You probably heard shots fired in your neighborhood and it looked like somebody who looked just like you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we kill where we live, guys. If I was Asian, I would be killing Asians. If I was Caucasian, be killing Caucasian. You kill
Caucasian. I love that. And who's the darkest Caucasian on the planet?
Wesley Snipes.
Ethiopians and Somalis.
Not bad.
Because Europeans decide what we're going to call us.
Yes.
I like it when the U.S. invaded Somalia. They called it Southwest Asia. I'm like, what?
Southwest Asia.
Well, you guys use that term Middle East. There's no such thing as Middle East. It's Africa.
Right.
Just because you build some Suez Canal and break off that part of the continent don't mean it's no longer Africa.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So even when you look at the names and titles we use for stuff, man, it's all bullshit.
Yes. African, we have a whole history behind the continent people. And what I mean by
so
that,
we talked about the mob earlier. Now, of course, you have lots of mobs. No!
What?
Sicilians.
Yeah.
Because they're niggers.
But
you don't even realize that those are the niggers of Italy.
Oh, God.
Because the Moors conquered them, and they figured that the Moors raped all the white women in Sicily. So that right there is what you don't realize. That's why there's a division between Sicilians and Italians in this country.
Oh, yeah. Because of the...
No, I'm serious.
You know...
They get that darker olive skin.
Oh, God. You know,
I'm just telling you, man.
what fucked me up the last time we talked, you said the Nazis.
And by the way, the same thing's true in the same thing's true in the Philippines. By the way, there's a major war going on in the Philippines right now, and it involves people who they consider had been dominated by the Moors, and the predominant population. Guess what religion they are?
Christian or no?
No.
In the Philippines, they're Muslims.
There you go.
Yes, sir. But you know what? Look at the president of the Philippines. He was molested by the Catholics up there in the whitery. You know what I mean?
32 states in this country, you can get married at 14.
That's disgusting. No.
And it's disgusting. Do you remember Beverly Hillbillies?
Oh, Ellie Mae Clampett died today. Yeah.
Well, she was 18, and they called her an old maid because she wasn't married yet.
Well, but...
hey, whoa! This was a popular show on TV, and she was called an old maid because she wasn't married yet, and she was 18.
But that's because that's that stereotypist trope for poor whites. That's what that is.
Oh, poor whites? They were Beverly Hillbillies. They were rich.
Well, at that time, but they came from poor stock.
Oh, so only poor people got married when they were young.
Well, yeah, that's the typical.
So when I watch Games of Thrones with all these royal families, and they're 14 years old getting married, they must be poor.
Well, no, that's a different time stream.
When I look at Princess Di, who was only 16 years old, but she was already a slut, never graduated high school, and then she steals her sister's boyfriend, who's Prince Charles.
Stop, man.
So I guess, wait a minute, she wasn't 18, so what are we saying about that royal family? Oh, they must have been poor white trash, huh?
Oh, stop.
Oh, but I'm sorry, because she marries Prince Charles now, all of a sudden we're supposed to worship the ground she walks on, because now she's not a slut anymore, because now she's legitimate. Never graduated high school, never went past the 9th grade, pretty much. Dumb as a doorknob, but she knows how to polish a doorknob, so, And now we praise her like she's some great thing. And then when even while she's still married, somebody's saying, well, I don't know, that don't look like Charles' son to me. And then after they break up, well, wait a minute, I think she might be carrying some Muslims, baby. We can't have that.
Oh, you quit.
She had that golden ticket in between them legs.
But it's okay, though, because when she was 16, she wasn't poor white trash, but I don't hear you holding her to the same standard as you talking to Ellie Mae. What you talking about, man?
When you broke that down, you're absolutely right. I wasn't holding her. What you said there was horrible and sick. Seriously.
The only difference between poor white trash and people with money, poor white trash has the baby. People with money can go to Europe. If abortion is illegal in this country, they just go see their doctor in Europe.
Oh, God.
Or they go up north to a boarding school, give the baby to that Catholic missionary.
Oh, dude.
That's where all your nuns come from.
Dude.
So these little boys that get molested in those schools, these Catholic priests already don't care about them or think that they're human beings because they were dumped off to the Catholic Church by a unwed pregnant teenager.
Oh, God, that's sick. That's so sick.
Wait a minute, am I making this up?
No, you're not, sir. No, you're not. I wish you was. God, I wish you was. Damn it.
So I'm just saying, we live in a schizophrenic society because on the one hand, we'll sit here and talk about a girl be 18 before she gets married,
yes, sir.
But at the same time, we got 32 states that say there are some states in this country there's no number at all on how young she could be and still get married.
That's wrong.
And that's the way they want it.
Listen, I don't give a fuck. You 18. Let her be mentally mature before you want to make a family with her.
Mentally mature. You know what I tell 18-year-old girls?
What?
They should be dating a guy who's 28 because guys are stupid and girls are smarter than guys. So an 18-year-old girl should be dating a 28-year-old guy.
Oh, but no.
Yeah. You know damn well 18-year-old boys ain't equal to no 18-year-old girl.
Yeah, but I don't want no 28-year-old motherfucker picking up my 18-year-old daughter. Fuck that.
Okay, then take your ass down to Alabama where it'll be some 46-year-old guy like the one they were trying to get elected.
Stop, man.
Drop down, get your ego on.
Stop, dude. No. No, listen, guys.
All right, let me ask you a question, okay? Who's the vice president right now?
Pence, Michael Pence.
And do you realize in the evangelical movement, they actually have organizations that teach parents to marry off their 14-year-old daughters to men who are like 30 years old?
Oh, okay. That what Mark just said, guys, is true.
Yes or no? Are you aware of that?
Yes, sir.
And you have heard of Mormons, right?
Yeah. But they're not mainstream.
So if they have all these laws in the book, how come Mormons aren't all in prison? How come you ain't calling the Mormons perverts? What's the difference between a Mormon with a girl who's 12, 13, 14, truth comes out?
No, listen, guys. It's not okay to fuck young girls. It's not. You know?
Do you ever hear about young girls in the Catholic Church being raped?
No.
Exactly, and that's why I'm trying to explain this to you, okay? Because young girls get raped in the Catholic Church just like young boys do, but you only hear about it when it's the young boys who they play off on that anti-homosexual thing.
Oh, God.
But I'm just telling you, man.
No, what you just said is horrible, though, Mark. Now, you just double...
I don't care about awful. I'm just dealing in reality. I'm not making any judgment here. I'm just saying the fact is, while folks say wait till 18 to get married, the fact is you got states in this country, as I'm speaking to you right now, that have no number specific when it comes to how young a girl can be to get married.
That's bullshit. That's
well, while you're saying it's bullshit, it's the law and books.
Fuck that. This is moral.
Oh, so now you playing God and making your own law then?
No, I'm not.
You sound like Mike Pence.
No, this is moral.
Your morality.
Little kids, that's wrong.
Oh, well, let me tell you something about little kids. You take your ass to these other countries, and 12 or 14-year-olds will kill your ass if they're in the army in those countries.
I know the child soldiers, and that's a horrible situation as well, but I'm talking here in the first world country of the United States of America. It's first world. The United
And who decides do you hear the terms you're using? Once again, Europeans decide what's the first world, the third world. They don't ever tell you what the second world is.
No, but I have to disagree. The first world...
I'm sorry, did I just say something that wasn't true? Where'd you even get that term first world from?
Well,
other people decide that term for us.
Absolutely.
And then we repeat it.
But it's true.
And if you look at the United States, and I'm serious here, if you look at the United States, we are number one.
Yeah.
We don't rank number one on any fucking list on the planet except for one. You know on one list we rank number one?
Mass incarceration.
We have more spending on the military than something like the other top 20 countries combined.
Right.
We're not number one in education. We're not number one in medical care.
Well,
all the things that people would want to have to make their lives a better way of life. We're not number one. But we're part of the first world. What's first world? Oh, because Europeans said it, so it's got to be true. So we say it.
Mark, we had a conversation earlier today, and everything you just said, I told.
Yeah, but you're a radical. Shut the fuck up.
I told him earlier today. And you just came out and said the same.
Radical.
Let's get this straight, guys.
You know it.
You guys are wrong.
Because 1, 2, Wazoo.
We are number one, dude. I don't care what anyone says. America is number one. We got the
best
what? Military.
At killing people?
No.
At overthrowing countries?
We have the best military, dude. We got brilliant people here.
We do?
We got.
What happened in Vietnam? Why are we still in Afghanistan?
Because
in fact, name me a country we went to war with that we're not still there.
Okay, let me explain this, guy.
Name me a country we have gone to war with where we're not still there.
You need to name that country.
Germany.
We're still there.
We got big installations.
All right. You guys want to be okay? You guys want to go down here this road? All right.
No, you're the one that said it.
I'm just saying.
We let a bunch of guys wearing pajamas whoop our ass in Vietnam. What the fuck are you talking about?
Because our soldiers were being held back by our weak ass.
Held back? These motherfuckers don't even have no technology, man. Bunch of guys with bamboo shoots and pajamas whooping our ass in straw hats. What are you talking about?
We had laws that we had to follow by. You know, our soldiers just can't go out.
What are you talking about?
We can't go out killing just anybody. We had laws saying that you got to shoot.
What the fuck were you doing there in the first place?
We were there to get the rubber off the trees. We were there.
That justifies us being there.
No,
and it wasn't our rubber anyway. It was Mitchell and Tire. French got the rubber there.
We were there to free the people of Vietnam. All right.
We were? Free them from whom?
The evil communists. No, come on now. The evil communists and socialist scum. All right.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, you make a good John Birch Society member.
Oh, stop! Please stop.
Because everybody who disagrees is a communist.
Please, I'm just trying.
I'm glad you said everything you said,
Please
Mark.
quit, man.
I'm so glad
this
you
ain't
said
a
everything
vindication of our
Okay, serious right here, right now. I want you right now in less than 15 seconds. Don't try to look it up or anything. Define for me right now the word liberal.
Basically, someone who's like was.
Give me the definition for the word conservative.
Well, conservative.
You can't do it, dude. And that's my thing. They throw terms out, people get into fights over it, and when you actually ask them the definition, they can't even define the word. That's how fucked up this society is.
But that's by design. Can't we agree on that? That's by design.
I don't care whether it's by design or not. My point is, so now that I've said that, define communism.
Well, they're atheist scumbags.
Oh. So everybody who's an atheist scumbag is a communist?
Well, typically, yeah.
I'm sorry?
I mean, typically, yeah. I'm not.
So everybody who's an atheist scumbag is a communist?
Well, yeah, they want fucking goodies. They want fucking this kumbaya shit that would never.
I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you out here. Now, every communist may be an atheist, but does that make every atheist a communist?
No, not necessarily.
But that's what you just said.
Yeah. Don't you agree, dude?
In other words, what I'm trying to say is we get wrapped around these labels because that's how you dehumanize people.
Yes, I will admit to that. And that.
Damn, you admit to that. Hey, we're getting somewhere here. But I'm a radical. Don't worry about me. I'm a radical. So what I'm just saying is it's amazing how people go to war in another country because they're fighting communism, but they don't even know what the word communism means.
But communism is not good for our mindset. It means that.
What does that have to do with our country? They weren't trying to fuck with us.
Well,
why can't they do with their country what the hell they want? Would you like somebody coming over here and attacking us because they don't like Trump in the White House?
Absolutely not.
But that's what you just said.
I'm just saying that. Listen.
You said we are number one. We are the greatest. And I'm asking you, what are we the greatest at? And then you had to bring up this military crap, so I just reminded you we got our ass whipped by a bunch of guys in pajamas.
But that's all because we were held back by our political...
Held back? And I asked you, what the hell were you doing there in the first place?
We were there to free the people, from communism, kind of.
Oh, okay. And they asked you to come free them from communism.
Well, they're...
First of all, do you know what the majority of the population in that country was before we went over there and fucked it up?
French?
They were Buddhists. Buddhist is a religion. Therefore, they couldn't be fucking communists.
Oh my God.
That just blew your theory out the water right there.
That's horrible.
I'm glad you came on today, Mark. That's all I got.
I didn't come on. Somebody interrupted me while I was touching myself watching Kerry Washington. What the hell are you talking about? Come on. Myself. Oh.
You're painting a horrible picture of what America is supposed to be.
So I was having a flashback of being a white. Forgive me.
You quit.
So I'm just saying, why you say we went over there to fight communism, the majority of the people, that's why you saw Buddhist monks setting themselves on fire.
Oh my... I can't talk about the Buddhists because...
And then we went over there because the Chinese was trying to take over... The communist Chinese were trying to take over Vietnam, right?
Right.
The Vietnamese and the Vietnamese don't even like the Chinese.
Why?
So the communists... There were no Chinese communists in Vietnam.
Well, they were in Korea, right up the street from...
They were?
Yeah.
Before or after we went over there?
Well... of course, after we went over there, they
Oh, so we went over there to stop them, but they didn't get there until we got there. Okay.
oh my God, bro. You know, I'm sorry, guys. I hope y'all understand. You know,
Boy, killing them so.
no, just have a little faith in what I'm saying, guys. It does pan out in the end. Listen, all right.
I'm gonna make this very simple for you. You show me a country the United States invade, and I will show you a country that the population is either not white or not so-called Christian.
Oh God. Well,
anything else is bullshit.
Grenada.
They're not white. Oh, I'm sorry, you wouldn't know that, huh?
Well, stop it. We did attack Germany.
We didn't attack. We never declared war on Germany.
What? During World War II, we had. Oh, okay, I got you. Because of their pact with Japan, we didn't have.
Thank you very much.
Okay. But.
And then we brought them all over here.
Well, you stop with the Operation Paperclip.
That ain't the only operation. In 1994, more than 40% of the U.S. population bragged about being of German descent.
Damn. Well, I can't really speak on that. All right.
I got a question for you, Mark. What do you?
Well, no. Name me a country that we've invaded that wasn't either majority of the population was either not white or not so-called Christian.
Bosnia, 1994. We
didn't invade Bosnia.
Yes, we did. We went in there with natives.
Hey,
guys. No matter
you probably eat Lucky Charms too, because they're magically delicious.
Quit it.
Hey, Mark.
The little leprechaun.
Hey, Mark, what do you
I got them little banshee bastards around here all the time. See, the great thing about living alone, I know where I put everything. So I know damn well when I can't find something, these little bastards are hiding stuff, because my grandmother used to say the devil hide it to make you sin.
Oh, God.
Mark, I got a question for you. What do you think about, what's your opinion on the white population?
We do need...
Why?
Yes.
The robots are smarter, stronger, more reliable, don't ever take a sick day, don't want vacation time, will work overtime and don't complain about it. What the fuck?
Because a robot cannot go in your house and do drywall. A robot can't...
Bullshit.
You know...
I don't know what world you living in.
I'm just
You go over to Japan and you got damn robots doing everything a human being can do.
Well...
And that's part of the reason why their population can't reproduce.
Yeah, because they fucking with these robots and doing all this sick, twisted shit. There's only...
Can't reproduce or they choose not to reproduce?
I think they choose not to because of their...
Well, that's not what he said, though. He made it sound like they're unable to.
Because they're preoccupied with the stupid shit. We gotta get back to the human...
Well, make up your mind. First you said that they can't do the damn inside the walls. I tell you they can, then you're going to go switch it to something else. I'm telling you, they don't need humans anymore.
But they
Fuck
do.
'em.
They do.
I said more than 40 years ago, please just give me 15 minutes in the room with all the lawn signals for every one of those damn...
Oh, God, no. God, no.
Let's start this whole ball of confusion all over again.
No, we already done that. It don't work.
But we don't learn, so we got to do...
What we got going now is what
No.
We think.
Nah, let's finish this ride while we're still enjoying it. I don't want to be all miserable in a sea of contaminated muck when they decide to finally finish it.
No.
I don't want to wait till them dumbasses in Israel cause that war against all Muslim nations by messing with the rock in the temple.
Oh, God, no. Why did you
I don't want to be around gnashing of the teeth.
Stop it, man.
You talk about all these children. You better read your Bible, because woe to the women with children being born during that time period.
Stop, Mark. Stop. Stop.
There'll be a lot of suffering. The last thing you want to... Germany, the same thing going on right now. Nobody's talking about it.
But that's because people are scared.
I'm saying, but there's a problem right there.
Yeah.
That's serious.
Yeah.
Trump is an ideologue.
People...
HDTV, because when I look at him, he doesn't even look like an insect. I'm serious.
But
He melts white skin, he looks like an alien, man.
We can change this, Mark.
Oh yeah, we can change this. You know how you change the system? Everybody needs to keep fucking everybody, and there won't be no individual ethnicity. We will all be the same ethnicity.
Well, there's people.
See, I don't even use that term race.
There's people against that.
They
use the Bible to justify the races being separate. So
the government want us to interbreed so they can phase people that look like us three out.
No, we're the dominant.
The only thing that's slowing them down is white males and black women.
What do you mean?
Because they don't want black males sleeping with white women, but they prefer black females to sleep with white men to eliminate people that look like us. They can't go around.
It doesn't matter. Black man, black woman, black child. White man, black woman, black child.
Yes.
Black man, white woman, black child.
Yes. So
it doesn't matter. Because the melanin kicking ass.
Yeah, they don't want no interbreeding. That's why you gotta be suspicious when whoever's talking about let's keep the races separate, because that only empowers the people.
There's no such thing as races. There's only one race, and that's human.
Yes.
This is how you see. These are the words they use to divide you.
Yes.
In the past, you were identified by the country you came from.
Right.
All of a sudden, now you're identified by a hue, because first of all, black's not even a color. That's a shade. White's not a color, that's a shade.
Yeah.
And very few people that you call black are actually black. They're usually some shade of brown.
Right.
And white folks are pink and whatever else. But, we use these terms. They're not even a correct term to describe people.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Dr. Jane Bangalore told us this.
And that's reality. Art tells you this. Black and white are tints, or hues. Colors are the greens, the blues, the reds, the yellows. That's color.
Up until the early 1900s, Italians and Irish were getting lynched because they were called niggers.
Wow.
When they learned to say, hey, no, we're white, then all of a sudden they got accepted.
Wow.
People used to be identified by the countries they came from.
Yes.
Not by... In fact, in other countries, they don't even call you black or white. See, that's a so-called, as you say, American. That's an American thing.
Wait.
But a lot of that came from the colonists in England, though. Or I should say the UK, because the UK believes in the sun shall not set on the empire, which means they got to control all parts of the world, so there will always be the sun up.
Right. But that
until the UK went into other countries, a lot of these countries had no problem. I've got videos of even the Weeping Wall. Muslims, Jews, Christians got along just fine until the British went over there banning all their bullshit. No, but see, most people are so stupid, they think Israel's always been the way it is now. That didn't come around until 1944.
Right.
And what they're doing on the Gaza Strip and over there in damn the Golan Heights and stuff, people don't even want to know. All you need to know about Israel is this: who provided South Africa with most of their weapons?
Israel.
During apartheid.
Was it Israel?
So what does that tell you? Because see, we're so stupid and ignorant, we don't even realize those people on the Gaza Strip look as we do.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But then most Muslims look as we do. That's why I like that one movie with Kevin Costner about Robert, because Morgan Freeman played, and that is why that movie wasn't very popular. They didn't like that one, dude. Because Morgan Freeman was a Muslim. He's the one that saved Robin Hood.
So, the reality, what's going on?
Reality? Whose reality?
Well, the people who are the propaganda.
Ethnicity. But they think they can be...
Well, the reason why that propaganda is so important is, once again, you kill the image of your target, so therefore, when it's time to actually literally kill the target, the common citizen will...
So I have a question for you. When's the last time you heard anybody talk about ISIS?
Oh, it's been a minute. It's been a while.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. They hit you with something new every week. That's psychological warfare.
But
they had you thinking that Omarosa was the end of the world.
Yeah.
Every week you get hit with something new. They bombard you with that for a week, and then boom, something else.
Well,
that's what Hitler did during the damn 30s and 40s, man.
Oh, well, that's just to desensitize us.
And then people shut down, and then they just stop listening to anything. Yeah. Then you got them.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Too much information running through my brain. Too much information driving me insane.
Oh, my God. It truly is a brave.
You got so many channels on TV now that no one show does well because they can't get more than... You get 3 million viewers and you're a hit.
Oh, shit.
Yep. That'd be an AM station.
Wow.
So if this CD player doesn't even provide me with an AM station...
You're fucked.
There you go.
You're fucked.
Doesn't matter anyway because they're going to make everything privatized and you're going to have a smartphone, and then you have to pay money and subscribe to a private corporation to get updates on an emergency.
Oh, my God.
That's the plan.
Damn, dude. Damn. This fucking damn. Listen, guys, we can check.
I don't need to round you up. All I have to do is create a disaster, and then I have Trump send a message from the White House to all your smartphones and tell you where to go voluntarily.
Holy shit.
You'll come to me. I don't have to come to your neighborhood and round you up.
No. The Germans would have killed for this. Just come on down there.
Our highways were designed for rapid mobilization of U.S. Armed Forces vehicles. Yes. It wasn't designed for you to drive on it. Our highways were designed based on the Autobahn. Why was the Autobahn built?
So that we can move the Weimar throughout the empire.
There you go. Rapid deployment of German vehicles throughout Germany.
And the train system played a major role. Oh my gosh, man. This is so depressing, dude. Because I can't...
Depressing? Why?
It's called reality.
Because I can't think of a logical explanation to defute and say that everything's going to be all good, guys. After
Stop disrespecting your family. Stop putting so much of your personal business on social media sites. Stop going on the internet to seek answers when you got elders in your own family and neighborhoods who've already lived through this and will not lie to you based on some information you don't even know who put it out there and what their agenda is.
Wow.
That's hope.
Wow.
Hope. Listen to colored boys like me who lived during the Jim Crow era, and I'm still here. Because when you look at what Donald Trump and them are doing now and seeing what they're doing, because people of my generation didn't pass that knowledge down to their children. They made them all think everything is hunky-dory now and everything's fine and those days are gone forever. They haven't taught their children any survival skills to how to survive the next time it comes around. Because it always comes around. If you live long enough, you'll see the same things repeating itself over and over again.
Oh, shit. And that's the depressing bit.
There's nothing new here. Like I said, those who don't study history are condemned to repeat it.
Yes, unfortunately. By hook or
So if people go back and study, don't make the mistakes that the German population did by saying, oh, it's not going to happen here. It couldn't happen here. We got a constitution. Oh, they wouldn't really do that. Yep. Don't be one of the people 50 years from now where your grandchild goes, what did you do when Trump and those guys took over?
Holy shit. Holy shit. He didn't...
I'm out of here.
Thank you, Mark.
Wow. What?
There you go, folks.
Wow.
No more emails. Mark's breathing.
He's alive. He's doing his thing.
Himself.
From the other morning show.
So
he's here. He's doing his thing, guys. Please support him. Support Carl Nelson. Oh my God, dude.
Hopefully no more emails asking where Mark is. He's safe.
He's safe.
You heard the man's voice.
Yes, sir.
And there you go.
And not only did you hear the man's voice, this was not scripted, once again.
No.
This was totally real and organic. We started talking to the Anaheim listener in the Mark. Called this brother. And I called him for dude, I was not Mark on the show.
And
before
was on for
November 8th, the Carl Nelson show. Guys, check out Download the Carl Nelson web app. Download his show, people. And let's get on point. You know, I want to thank both of our great guests tonight, Dr. Nicholson and Mark from Anaheim, because both of these alpha male brothers did not have to come on the show tonight, but they did out of love for you guys. They did out of love for you. And I'm just so thankful.